Alright, what's going on, guys? Brahoo back at it again, and yo, I guess with these top 10 videos, usually the uploaders, he's always doing like a long-ass introduction saying, yo, sign my giveaway, buy my merch, but like, bro, we're not doing that shit. We're just gonna jump right into it. Tom Brady, you already know he's the greatest football player of all time, probably one of the greatest athletes of all time, too, if we're being honest, just an amazing football player. You already know who he is. Let's get into his top 10 moments.
Number 10.
Tom Brady loses his helmet. Okay, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. You guys might be saying, yo, Brahoo, what are you doing? This does not belong anywhere on this list. What is? I didn't even know this play existed. Well, just watch. It's a very good play.
Here's the hit.
See, just look at that. Despite getting his shit rocked, this man just got right back up. I feel like if a lot of players in the league today, when they take hits like that, you know, they get concussed, they pass out, they can't get up. I see that with Antonio Brown, and like, that's fair because it's a hard hit to take. But like, people just can't say Tom Brady's tough when he does stuff like that on a regular basis. I mean, okay, this only happened one time, but still, bro, like, that's tough. That's toughness right there, and he definitely deserves respect for that. It definitely belongs on this list.
Number 9.
The 2015 AFC Championship game. Okay, I know what a lot of you guys are saying. You might be saying stuff like, Brahoo, they didn't even win this game. Why is this on the list? And like, listen, okay, it deserves to be on the list. Because yeah, I know they lost this game, but the thing that makes this game special is that it was the best rushing defense of all time, and their O-line was playing horrible. They were giving up the snap count like every play. I mean, Von Miller was on the other side, bro. That's difficult. And yet, despite all that, they were like one extra point away. One missed extra point from fucking Gostkowski. If he just made that extra point, then we would have seen an overtime between these two teams. And like, Brady was just getting rushed the whole game, bro. He barely had any time, and I feel like if you put a lot of quarterbacks in this position, they're just not gonna play well. And you know, given the circumstances, I wouldn't want any other quarterback in that situation. He just did a really good job, got the ball out really quickly. Hell, even on this big play to Gronk, everyone was like, oh, he got a little protection on this play. Nah, he didn't, bro. Look.
Facing a single block, Derek Wolfe came within inches of hitting Brady's right arm.
You hear that guy? Derek Wolfe, inches from his arm. How is he supposed to do anything? And yet he's still converting. I don't know how he does it. He's the GOAT, man. It's just an amazing performance.
Number 8.
Alright, if you're not a Patriots fan, then you probably won't remember this game, so I'm gonna have to explain it to you. But yeah, it was in the 09 season. Patriots were 3-2. Weren't really doing that well. And then bang! We just came out with some fire. I mean, given it was against the Titans and they were a really bad team that year. But still, bro, 59-0. You know, it was in the snow. Classic game, great color scheme. You know, we're wearing our throwback jerseys, and yo, Brady Tomas, 5 touchdowns in 1 quarter. The second quarter set a record, still stands to this day. That's just insane, bro. People say, oh, Peyton Manning is better at putting up stats, but that's just not true, bro. Okay, that just is not true. And look, Brady threw 6 touchdowns this game, which might seem like a lot, but honestly, he could have thrown so many more. Like, if he wanted to, he could have brought this team to 70 points. It could have been some non-humble type shit. But bro, that's just what the GOAT does. Humble, kind, and you know, he just has skill. That's all it is. And let's just go back to that flea flicker at the beginning in the snow, like on it. Oh my god, that's just a ridiculous play. Randy Moss in his prime, something else. Tom Brady is something else as well. Alright, moving on.
Number 7.
The tuck rule. Okay, honestly, I don't really remember a lot about this game, mainly because I wasn't born when it happened. But like, from what I've seen, like, you can't tell the story of Tom Brady without this game. And yes, I'll admit, he did get kinda lucky, but you know, it just defined him a lot because he still would have been great. But I mean, this is just what pushes the legend of Tom Brady. And like, it wasn't his best play because like, it was so close to being a fumble. But I mean, that's just what GOATs do. They can get as close to error as possible without actually making the error. But it's not just the tuck rule that makes Brady great, because after this happened, he still pushed his team downfield and got it to overtime with Vinatieri's help, and then did it again in overtime. I mean, bro, in the snow, it's pouring. Not pouring, I don't know what word to use, but bro, not a lot of quarterbacks can do that. Just such a great performance for him, especially in his first playoff game.
Number 6.
Breaking the single season passing touchdown record. Alright, yo, look at this play. Just an amazing throw. Brady Tomas, he just tried this play like just earlier and it failed. Yeah, he went right back to him. He wanted both records. Moss with the most receiving touchdowns in the season, and Brady, look, I know his record isn't standing anymore, but but bro, to do it against a great defense like the Giants and to throw 50 passing touchdowns in one season and then go for 2, it's just insane. Like, how many quarterbacks can do this besides Peyton Manning? Like, you know, it's just a big moment for him.
Number 5.
The final drive of the Super Bowl where Janet Jackson showed her right titty. Alright, so people always come up to me and they tell me, yo, I only remember the Super Bowl for the halftime show. And I'm like, bro, you need to get your mind out of the gutter. This was an amazing game. Like, the first half wasn't that great, as a lot of you Patriots fans know, but look, in the second half, it was just a scoring onslaught, like Jake Delhomme versus Tom Brady, and like, you know who's gonna win that matchup every time. But yeah, it all came down to one drive or overtime, so of course, you know, the Patriots, they don't do overtime. They're gonna go for it, as you will see later in this list. But yeah, just look at this throw to Deion Branch with not much time remaining in the game, under 20 seconds, and he's under pressure, and he just finds him. What a nice catch. But bro, look at that throw. It was just an amazing throw, and like, I really think this game cemented his legacy, because this was his second Super Bowl win. After the first one, people were saying, oh, it's just a fluke, but bro, this guy ain't no fluke. 5 rings, this was his second, and like, he's just so clutch, man, honestly.
Number 4.
The comeback versus the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 49. Okay, this is just one of those games where like, you remembered where you were during the fourth quarter. I was watching the Super Bowl when this happened. I was sitting on the couch with my friends. I remember where I was. But you know, down 14-24 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the whole world's against them. Everyone's saying Patriots is over party. Look at Richard Sherman being cocky as hell, bro, or he didn't even know what was coming to him. But yeah, guys, down 14-24 with 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, everybody is counting them out, saying Brady can't do it, except me. I had faith in him all along, man, and look, he just led his team downfield. Like, great throws to Gronk, and by the way, Edelman was really clutch this game. Like, everyone talks about the Edelman catch happened in Super Bowl 51, but bro, look at the catch he made this game. I don't know how he held on, and his knee didn't even hit the ground.
And Brady's going to step up, fire over the middle, and it is taken by Edelman. And Edelman was not down.
Oh, speaking of Edelman, here's his touchdown right there. You know, the go-ahead touchdown. Like, what more do you want from a wide receiver, bro? Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions earlier, and he just comes back just like that. And then, look at the end. Everyone remembers this play. Actually, no, they don't, because it had no impact on the outcome, because they still lost anyways. Fuck the Seahawks. All right, moving on.
Number 3.
The final drive of Super Bowl 36. All right, before I start talking, just hear what John Madden says.
And now with no timeout, you have to play for overtime.
Alright, that's why you don't ask Madden when you play video games. That's why they took that option out, because he just doesn't give good advice. And look, there's only 40 seconds left in the game. You gotta go 50 yards downfield. This is only your 3rd playoff game ever. No one knows who you are. You're going against the greatest show on turf, but this man does not care. He just goes for it. We don't play for overtime except in that one game, but the confidence he has to just go for that, I mean, it was just an incredible performance, and you know, it just put Tom Brady on the map. I think it's one of his most iconic performances, like the way he's celebrating after the game. I always see that in a lot of highlight videos. I mean, bro, this just belongs on this list.
Number 2.
The 24-0 comeback. But yeah, you know how the story goes. Peyton Manning not really playing that well. He only had 1 touchdown in the first half. Even though they scored 24 points, the only reason the Broncos kept on scoring, because we kept on fumbling the ball, man. I mean, Brady fumbled once. That's not a big deal, but bro, Steven Ridley fumbled 2 things. He fumbled that football, and then he couldn't even hold on to his helmet. I'm so glad we got rid of him. Yeah, you know how it goes in the second half. The Patriots never give up, bro, and honestly, like, I just had to put this so high on the list, because this game, it was one of the most enjoyable games I ever watched. If this was a playoff game, like, oh, it would have been crazy. I mean, it was kind of like poetic justice in a way, because in the first half, you know, we fumbled like 3 times, and then in the second half, bam, we make Demaryius Thomas fumble, and then bam, we make Peyton Manning fumble. Like, bro, just like that. So simple. And then look at that throw to Edelman, just a perfect spiral all the way downfield under pressure with, you know, some fat guy coming right at him. Like, honestly, bro, the GOAT. What else can I say? But yeah, this was just a classic Brady versus Manning game. You know, Peyton Manning throws an interception per usual, and then, yo, look at this Edelman doing his iconic dive into the end zone, bro. Like, honestly, this game is just such a classic. And then he dropped a touchdown pass a few minutes later, but yeah, we're gonna forget about that. But yeah, the game ends up going to overtime. you know, just some dumb penalties. Not really a big deal. Peyton didn't really play that well, okay? And then in overtime, like, I don't know, the score is pretty stagnant until the end. But, like, bro, this is one of my favorite moments. Look how fired up Brady gets after a clear pass interference. How many quarterbacks are going to stand up for their guys like that? Everyone was calling him bad words after this play happened, but you know, all I see is toughness. And then on one of the final plays of the game, you know, the Patriots punted, and bro, you can see the Broncos players face palming. The dude touched the ball, and then the Patriots got the ball back, and they ended up kicking a game-winning field goal. Hey, bro, oh my god, this game was such a classic. I remember watching this game, and I walked into school the next day, and I was tired as fuck. But like, bro, it doesn't matter. Just a really memorable game. I had to put it really high on the list because people forget, but he came back from 24-0. That's insane, but not as insane as our next choice. All right, yeah, before we get to number one, though, I have to go over a couple honorable mentions. The first honorable mention goes to Super Bowl XLII, and like, I know a lot of you guys might be saying, yo, why are you putting this in the list? They lost this game, and like, bro, I know that. I'm not stupid, but think about it. They were so close to going 19-0. That has to count for something. That's just really impressive. If Eli Manning then cast a freaking Alhamora and then like magic his way out of there, out of what should have been a sack, then I mean, the Patriots probably would have won. And then our second honorable mention is the Kembrell Tompkins catch, the game-winning catch against the Saints. And yo, this was such a memorable play. Like, the Patriots, they didn't even play that well this game, but they somehow won. And I would have put this clip on the actual list, but the only problem was it was against the Saints defense, and I'm like, yeah, it's impressive, but bro, it's the Saints defense. I don't know if it's like, it doesn't deserve to be on the list. I'm sorry.
And finally, number one.
The Super Bowl 51-28-3 comeback, aka the biggest choke in history. Okay, honestly, I'm sure everyone knew this was coming, and like, I hate being predictable, bro, but I had to put this number one. I'm sure you guys understand. I mean, a 25-point comeback with like 15 minutes remaining. Who does that? But yeah, I'm sure all of you guys remember where you were when this game took place. Me personally, I wasn't on the couch this time. I was actually standing up. In fact, here's a short reaction clip to the game-winning play from me and my friends.
Little James, check with Tom Brady.
Oh, he's offside.
But yeah, this happened in recent memory, so I'm sure most of you guys already know what happened. Oh my god, it was just a spectacular game. If you don't think Tom Brady is the GOAT after this, then I'm sorry, but you don't know shit about football. And look, I can get why some people hate him, especially if they've been on the losing side for 15 plus years, but bro, at the end of the day, you have to respect his greatness and admit he's the greatest of all time. Like, if you hate him, that's fine, but if you respect his greatness, then I respect you, and you should subscribe, and you should also drop a like if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, more top 10s. I'm probably gonna make more in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed getting all the clips together and making it, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I'm about to skate.